Hi guys, it's Kirsten. Just as a reminder, I'm doing my placement at a men's homeless shelter, and we serve both veterans and non-veterans at our facility. This week, I want to talk about professional conduct between colleagues and staff members, and of course, this includes interns. I had a situation on Friday, and I'm going to tell you the story, and then I'd like to get your feedback, maybe how you would have handled it, how you would handle it going forward, and I'll kind of tell you where I went with it. So one of my first clients that I got, actually it was my second client I got, I did his intake, was assigned his case. I actually asked for his case because I felt I had a connection with him. And he is an individual who needs a lot of services. He has an ICM, an independent care manager. He has a peer specialist. He has all kinds of services, medical, mental health, all kinds of stuff. And this gentleman was feeling overwhelmed. So I had actually planned a couple weeks ago to sit down with him and talk about how he could handle the number of appointments that he has, and maybe some organizational tips, and try to figure out how to get him kind of mentally in the right place. And we hadn't had that opportunity yet. So Thursday, which is a day that I do not go into Victory House, I got an email from one of the case managers, and she basically just said, can you meet with this person at 9 a.m.? So I knew I'd be in at 8 o'clock, so it wouldn't be an issue. I knew I had nothing on my schedule. So I showed up at 8 o'clock on Friday, and I ran into this gentleman as soon as I came in the door, and he said, well, if you don't have anything going on, we can meet earlier. And I was like, that's great, because then that way it opens up time later in the day for me and for him as well, if he had any other appointments. So about 8:20, after he went and ate breakfast and I got myself settled, we ended up in the conference room. There was a gentleman in there using his computer. This is where the guys go to use their computers. And I didn't know what the content of our conversation was going to be, so I asked my client, would you like to have the room to ourselves? Are we going to be discussing confidential matters, or is it okay if this gentleman stays? And he responded that he did not have anything confidential to discuss, and the other guy was more than welcome to stay. So we proceeded with the conversation. I asked him what I could help him with, and he showed me his schedule and kind of just went into the fact that he was overwhelmed. He had so many appointments, he didn't know how to organize it, all of the things that I knew that he was struggling with anyway. So after about 15-20 minutes of him talking about this, another case manager came in, not the one that emailed me, the other one, and stormed in on the appointment and stopped it, told the other guy to get out, told me that I was violating HIPAA regulations, and if anything was reported, it would fall back on her, back on Victory House. She had no idea what the content of our conversation was. She just came in, took over, and threw me under the bus in front of these clients, reprimanded me, essentially, in front of these clients, which was actually unfounded. So she proceeded to take over the appointment that I had with this gentleman and told him what we were going to be doing for him and with him, and completely took away his right to self-determination, and took it upon herself to decide what was best for him, which I took really, I took it the wrong way. I did not like that. This gentleman needs to be empowered, and he needs to be in control of his life. And I've already had discussions with my supervisor, my field instructor, about this gentleman because of his mental health issues. He really needs to be supported and lifted up rather than taken over. So anyway, this did not sit well with me all weekend. So today I went and talked to, I don't go in on Mondays either. So today I went in and talked to my director. And I had also gotten validation from my field instructor that I had not violated any HIPAA laws. I got his permission. We were not having a confidential conversation, and even if we were, he was the one who was talking. He was telling me the information. I was not giving information up that he hadn't asked me not to give up. So my question to you all is, how would you have handled this situation? I basically sat there with my jaw dropped because I couldn't believe that she would come in and do this in front of the clients and completely undermine everything that I was doing. She knows nothing about the way I work with people. And also, how would you proceed going forward, dealing with this person who ultimately would take this case if he stays longer than I'm there in August? So this case would defer to her once I'm done. But I feel like she is taking control of the case, and which doesn't allow me a lot of autonomy in how I proceed with it. So anyway, sorry it went over. I appreciate your feedback, and I look forward to hearing what you have to say. Thanks.